Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my, did you hit me eye? Channel Dave. Oh, there he goes again.
Alright, so today I'm just going to be making a carry case for the GoPro, really just to keep it safe while we're traveling or while it's just sitting here not being used. I have an old case that I used for an old camera I had way back when, like 2016 probably. However, we don't use that anymore, so we're going to take everything out of that and switch it over to fit the GoPro. Alright, so we went to Walmart. We got this metal ruler, X-Acto knife, Gorilla Glue, adhesive spray, and some felt. We also got some high density foam that we're going to be using to put in the bottom and the top of the case. And we got all of that for about $25. Alright, now that that's cut, let's put it in and see how it looks. Alright, so that should be nice and tight, pretty good fit, shouldn't have any wiggle room. Now we're going to pull it out, get everything marked out to be cut, and get everything placed for the GoPro. Getting everything cut was definitely the longest part of this project. The whole project took roughly an hour and a half to finish it, but it was well worth it. Alright, now we're just going to test the fit, make sure everything fits right, and if we need to make any adjustments, we will. Alright guys, so we got everything cut. Everything's got its place. You got your GoPro, memory cards, charging block, charging cord, attachments for the GoPro, batteries, and the battery charger. And of course there's a battery inside the GoPro as well, so we actually have 5 batteries, which is awesome. Instead of just having one and only recording for an hour, now we can record for at least 5 hours. But we got everything cut out. Everything should be nice and snug. And we're gonna put a foam top in the top part of the box. That way nothing bounces around and we can keep our nice GoPro lens from getting all scratched up. Everything will be locked in nice and tight. However, we're not done yet. Still have this felt that we need to put on the top of that. So what we're probably gonna do is just pull everything out. We'll get the adhesive, spray that on, get this to set real good. And then we'll just come through, kind of fill for our holes, get those cut out with that X-Acto knife. Once the felt dries, it's all set and ready to go. Then we're gonna worry about getting the top piece for that cut and put felt on that as well. Normally I would have done this outside, but it's pretty cold today and I didn't feel like going out there. But the window was open for ventilation, so we're all good. Alright guys, so we got everything cut out. The batteries, we just made slits so the batteries can still get in and out easy. It's just there's a very thin wall between each one. We didn't want to cut that out. I know the insides don't look great, as you can see here, but it was really hard to get that cut with this little X-Acto knife. Plus, it's just going to carry a couple things around. It's not that big of a deal. We're gonna go ahead and pull the felt off, put a little more adhesive on there, and then move it to the side and let it fully dry. And after that, we'll start working on the top piece. Alright, now we'll just set that over there and let it dry. Move our trash around. Alright, so the bottom piece, it's going to hold the GoPro, the attachment, all that good stuff. It's done. We're letting it dry. So now we're going to work on the piece that's going to go right here. And as you can see, all this stuff right here, that was from the previous design we had to hold this old thing right here. Old camera. But we're not using that anymore because it's not great. Not at all. Now that we're using just a GoPro and my iPhone, we're gonna make that case specifically to hold all the GoPro attachments, batteries, all that great stuff. So top part, as you can see, is way too thick, so we're gonna have to trim that down. Alright, so we got the top piece cut. We're just gonna throw our last piece of felt on it. I gotta find it first. But once I find it, we're gonna throw that last piece of felt on, clean this out, and then we'll put everything together and see how it works, man. Alright, so I'm a little dumb. The last piece of felt was actually inside the box, underneath all of this stuff. So we're gonna take all this and put it into one of these drawers for now. So that way when we put the adhesive on that little piece of foam, we don't spray the batteries and the GoPro and all that good stuff with it. This one's gonna be a lot easier because we don't have to worry about cutting out the holes and stuff for the batteries and the GoPro. We just gotta make the cuts for the outline, glue it on, and we should be done after that. We're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of adhesive on the back side, so when we put it in there, it'll have a better chance of not falling out. Alright guys, so we got the foam in, we got the felt on the top and bottom pieces of it. I'm not sure how well that felt's gonna hold on the bottom part where the GoPro and all that's gonna be sitting. However, I'm not too worried about that. Overall, it is just to keep everything protected, not bouncing around, getting damaged. We're gonna give that a few minutes to dry up, and then we'll put the GoPro and everything like that in its place. And then we'll see what we got. Alright guys, so everything is dry. We went ahead and put the GoPro back in. Kind of shook it around, made sure everything was nice and tight. There's no movement, so it should be well protected while it's not being used or while we're traveling. And with that being said, let's take a look at it. So as I said earlier, I wasn't sure how long this bottom felt would last. It's such a tight fit with the foam that it's actually starting to bubble up already. So I don't see it staying on there for too long. However, even though it's already starting to bubble up and try to come off, I'm not gonna pull it off. I'm just gonna leave it and let it fall off on its own. That way it don't do any damage to the foam. But overall, it should be fine. It does its purpose. It's just meant to protect the GoPro while we're traveling, while it's in storage. But I do plan to go fishing here in a minute. So hopefully we can get some fish for the next video, and we'll catch you guys in that one.